Hey guys, it's Main here, back again with another IE review. We are going to be, this time, going through the account for UnholySenpai, also won his account review in the Marbles race that we did. Everyone's saying hi and stare. Anyways, looks like we actually have someone that's a little bit different. Instead of someone that's in World 6, we actually have someone that's kind of freshly into World 5. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff you need to do when you do hit World 5, some of the early things you need to do now that World 6 is out, what our best recommendation would be, and see how we can go ahead and reorient his account. So I do want to talk about one thing. I didn't pull up any graphics for this, but I do want to mention that Lava did change the account level requirement needed for your 8th, 9th, and 10th character slot, I believe. I can't remember the exact ones that were changed. I think they were changed across the board, but at least they were changed. So it does require a higher account level to hit your 9th and 10th character at the very least. So this does impact people that are in like World 4, World 5, still trying to get those characters to unlock to overall progress your account. So something to probably work on a little bit. This is not the most immediate thing you need to work on, but in the future, just try to work on your account level to get your other characters unlocked. This will overall help your account progress because you can stick them on other things like lab. You can stick them in getting skilling, killing specific mobs for death note grinding, that kind of stuff. So keep in mind, the barrier to World 5 is a lot higher than it was prior to World 6 because of the update that Lava did with the account requirement. Anyways, with that said, I think the immediate thing you should be doing right now, as always, this hasn't changed since World 6 has launched. The best thing for you to do is get your character's divinities up to level 40 and try to unlock Goharat, that goat god. It is incredibly important, and it's really important, especially because you don't have Dupe, to try to do that. You want to unlock Goat God, so stick every single character you can into Divinity and try to get their Divinity to level 40. I know you're trying to grind Vman right now, and while Vman does give you good account bonuses, I think Divinity and the lab grind is a bigger concern for you, and I think you should try to do that. Now, sorry, I'm rethinking that, just making sure it's not terrible advice. I still think that's a good thing for you to do. I think you need to get the level 40 Divinity first and the lab grind going on with the Goat God. So going to unlock this god right here, where you're active in lab and Divinity at the same time, so you progress both the skills. This is a really big thing because it'll help you progress and obviously unlock the rest of the Divinities a lot faster. This is still the meta, and I still recommend doing this for an early-ish game account. So get to Goat God, unlock that, start the lab grind. You just want level 40 Divinity, and then that's it. You're off to the races. You want to link characters to Arctis, the minimum amount, so you can get to at least Killer Brightside and like a Stamp Doubler. But as you progress both Goat and Divinity, Lab and Divinity at the same time, your lab pixel range will increase, your connection range, your connection width will increase, so you'll be able to unlock more nodes in lab a lot easier as you do that grind. So, and that, the reason you get to level 40 Divinity specifically is because there is a prayer style called Tranquil, and Tranquil is incredibly important to level up Divinity outside of lab, because it gives you EXP while you're not meditating. So this will help you progress Divinity levels even further to like level 80 is the ideal goal, so you can get the 100% effect of the minor link bonuses from the gods. Cool. Okay. So immediate short-term goal, it's that. Your next goal after that is hard farming, trying to unlock Vman. Vman is an incredible account bonus for you for every single one of your characters because it gives you damage. Well, damage not really so much, but it gives you like base stat, it gives you multi-kill, it gives you statue effect, it gives you critter and soul gain, a multiplier to critter and soul gain, which is rare in this game. So it's incredibly important you do that after your lab and divinity grind. And also cooking speed. Cooking speed is no-brainer, but yeah. Okay, I did look briefly at your equipment. You do have 2 Phoenix Wings, which I think is crazy, but you are, looks like, active pushing with your DK, which is good. You only want to push with Bubo if you have level 200 talents, because DK just outscales it 100% of the time. So the big thing for people that are in World 5 is sailing. Sailing provides a bunch of damage bonus, and the way you scale sailing AFK gains is through this golden food right here, golden hamster gummies. You can't reliably farm this because I don't think you have Choco Chip. You can't crystal farm, and I don't think you can kill the mobs that easily. But as you drop these, make sure to split them across all of your characters. Even if you only have like 1 or 2 on each character, it's way better to do that than to stack 10, 20, 100, 1,000 on one character, because it'll give you more opportunities to claim sailing AFK gain. Also, golden food has a diminishing return effect, so the more food you have on a character, the less effect each new golden food provides. So 1,000 golden food is not the same effect as 1 golden food, for example, if that makes sense. So as you drop those, split them across your characters. It doesn't matter which character it's on, just every single character has an equal amount. And yeah, 10 at 10% is better than 1 at 15. Yeah, what Hour said. Anyways, the other thing you should be doing is trying to get your tools up. You have some characters with some high tools. I mean, your main pusher right now is that Void, a Void pick. He's got Plat Fishing Rod and Gold. I think you should try to get your tools up on all of your characters, including Skulls and Traps. Skulls and Traps, incredibly important. The sooner you get on... Oh, Jesus Christ. The sooner you get on your Skull grind, the way better it is. You are clearly a Charged Siphon enjoyer. I would not recommend being a Charged Siphon enjoyer. It actually severely hurt your account, and Slush Skull is the worst skull in the game. Take this off of your account. Like, keep it in your inventory because it is useful for the one of the final skulls. Slush Skulls are terrible because I don't know if I have any actually in my storage to show you why. But you see the speed here is sluggish. So it takes you a long time to collect charge. On this character, it's taking you 60 days to get to full charge. You're only charging at 22 per day. And not to mention, this is on your Elemental Sorcerer, which has a skill, has talents specific to charge to make it faster. So even with your Elemental Sorcerer buffing your charge rate, you're actually way lower than just the base skull. So take this off. Recommend upgrading your skulls and spreading across your charge siphon, or rather your charge on all of your characters. So go use your charge on each character individually and try to upgrade your tools just across the board, because you get more upgrade slots, you'll get more charge, you'll get more worship power, you'll be able to level up. In those, you'll get more talent points for the characters as well by upgrading their skill there. And you'll be able to get more souls per day, or like every time you claim, you'll be able to get more souls because you have more worship power. Anyway, worship early game sucks. The only thing I can really give you advice on is early game you want to focus on Boulder Roller, which looks like you're doing. Boulder Roller is really good. It's something you need to focus on. Later, Poisonic Elder overtakes this as the best tower for damage. So Poisonic Elder at level 20 kind of overtakes Boulder Roller. So right now, your big focus is trying to upgrade this. Frozen Malone, Stormcaller, Party Starter specifically. Trying to upgrade those towers are going to help you a lot with summon, with Worship. But it is a grind. It's a slow grind, and it's going to take you a while to do it. Okay. Big advice here. You are still early game, and you can save this. There is a... Actually, in the Discord, there is this. There is a refinery chart that you should try to follow as best you can. Just gets... This refinery chart is ideal for you right now. You want your salt levels to be reflective of these. So you need like 6 red, 3 orange, 1 blue, or 8, 4, 2, 11, 6, 3, 6, 3, 1. You want to follow this because this means you can maintain infinite salt production. This does require your salt lick to be maxed out. So let's check that real quick. Looks like I think you do. Maybe. Hold on. What is the thing that I'm looking for? Oh, it's the merit. It's the merit. I'm sorry. So, I can't... yeah, the merit shop. This thing right here, it does require this to be maxed out, so I'd max this out. Don't forget about merits. Some people forget about this. This is incredibly important for salt production. I can't explain the math to you, but it lowers salt cost reduction to... It lowers the cost reduction for the materials, so you spend less materials upgrading. So make sure that's maxed out. Actually, I can probably check if you already have that maxed out or not. You don't. Max this out. Spend all your merits on this, max out as soon as you can. Anyways, but in the Discord, in the tips and tricks, it's like one of the first things posted. Try to follow this as best as you can. Maintain infinite salt production. You'll be thankful for this advice way later in the game when salt becomes more important in upgrading your gear. Okay, onto stamps. It looks like you're missing some of the stamps from earlier in the game, so I'd recommend going back and trying to unlock them. Cattle Prod for the mining capacity, Wellington, some of the things can be dropped from earlier mobs. I'd recommend going back, trying to farm these and unlock these. Yeah. I'd recommend going back, trying to unlock any of the stamps that you may have missed from World 1 to World 3. Okay. 2 big stamps that you're missing you need to go back for are going to be Ladle Stamp and Nest Egg Stamp. These two, Ladle Stamp specifically is incredibly important. This provides you base cooking efficiency, which scales with like your Rex rings. This any skill efficiency bonus that you have on your account multiplies this, and cooking efficiency is incredibly important because it gives you ladle generation. So if you're stuck on upgrading meals and cooking, which it looks like you are, it's mostly because you don't have a lot of ladles generating to upgrade these meals. So the big goal for early game players is to try to get meals up to level 11 to diamond plates, because you'll be able to unlock, you don't even have this yet, Diamond Chef. Diamond Chef multiplies, it gives you a huge multiplier to cooking speed as well as recipe speed. So if you're unlocking meals, Diamond Chef is a great bubble to try to unlock and get. Additionally, this just makes it a lot easier to upgrade your meals, so you get more damage, you get more critters, you get more skill efficiency, defense, lab connection range early is kind of good. There's a variety of things that cooking does, and you need to really focus on this. So going back to stamps, ladle generation is extremely important. This is a relatively easy quest for you to do. So go back to Oinkin, finish this quest line, get this stamp. Similarly for breeding, this will give you, the higher level your breeding is, the more pet power you get, so you can progress the battles a lot faster by just getting more breeding EXP. And doing this is one of the better ways to increase breeding EXP. Also, let me go to World 4 real quick and show you some of the things that are important, since you said you're kind of newer to the game and you don't know all the different tips and tricks. But there's this node right here in Lab that's really good, Certified Book Stamp. It doubles the missed stamp bonuses, which means you get even more cooking efficiency from this, and you get even more breeding EXP. So really, really, really important. Additionally, for you as well, if you don't know, if you click literally nothing, unclick any upgrade you click, there is an upgrade called No Upgrade Selected. This gives you breeding EXP, so you can upgrade this and just get more breeding EXP. Just spend your genes here, if you have spare ones, to increase your breeding EXP. And like I said, more breeding EXP means higher pet power, which means you can get more damage on the pets to push the territory spice battle. As well, if you're struggling in early game breeding, trying to push the different spice battles, early on, this is still valid and still good for now. This is like your Bible for breeding and how to progress it, how to get to different territories, how to finish Pet Arena, how to get the upgrades there, which pets are best at which stages of the game. Follow this, read this, try to understand this, and this will help you a ton with Pet Arena. Also, if you're struggling for damage, Pet Arena gives you a lot of different bonuses. It gives you damage multi, it gives you even more damage multi, it gives you money, it gives you pet slots that you need, line width, more cash, kitchen upgrade cost reduction, library VIP, you know, just fun stuff here and there. Really, really powerful stuff. So I'd recommend, if you haven't seen this before, look at this guide sheets in the tips and tricks section of the Discord as well. Put my character back on this. Anyways. Alchemy. Okay, so I will say, for your bubbles, you're behind the curve. You should be at the bare minimum, kind of across the board where Shimmeron is, at like kill per kill, at Hyper Swift, and at Card Champ. you said you have Sheepy, which means you would benefit from at least unlocking kill per kill. It is a large bubble, so since you have Sheep, it'll automatically equip. You'll get extra kills, which helps you push World 5 a little bit faster. It'll be a very small extra kill for your Death Note and Portals, but as time progresses, you get Liquid and you're able to unlock this bubble. You'll get extra kills, and when you finish the Divinity and Lab grind, you'll be able to go and get your Death Note kills much faster to unlock your Vman. So you have Shaman, or you have Bubo right now. I'd recommend taking Cranium Cook at least once a day and trying to go to Flambage is the map you want to go to, and that is the best for Cranium Cook progress. I would equip the poison canisters. So hold on, let me go to Bubo to show you the most ideal setup for Cranium Cook at your level. I would go to Flambage, set up your bar like this. Please hold. Set up your bar like this. This is the optimal setup. Additionally, with your equipment, if you have damage to spare for killing Flambage in one hit, I would drop any staff that you have and instead equip Stingers. So I have this staff. The reason this staff is good is because of the reach. You see the range here is 80. You want your reach to be as low as possible on Bubo, because the lower the range means the closer you get to the enemy, and you'll be able to drop the Auspicious Aura. This is your best skill on Bubo, and it's how you get high Cranium Cook and Liquid Generation. So you want this to be on second because it'll proc all the time, and you want to be within melee range so it drops right on top of the enemy. This right here is an instant kill for most mobs if you have the damage for it. Poison is not. It takes a few seconds to tick, and for the monsters to actually get damaged by it, so it takes a little bit longer, and it's less effective for the purposes of Cranium Cook. You see they're poisoned, and then they die. Auspicious Aura is instant. They die immediately. And then when you respawn, they die immediately, versus the poison, they have to get poisoned, then it ticks, and it takes a while, and it takes a second for Cranium Cook to register that, and you'll be missing out on precious seconds if you're not within melee range. So if you have any of these stabs equipped on your Bubo, which I can probably check right now, actually. So yeah, you have this staff right here. You see the range is 155. That's not within melee range, which means you could potentially be losing efficiency on Cranium Cook. So I would recommend trying to craft the boxing gloves, or the stingers rather, and just equipping them on your Bubo. First, I would double check if you're losing a ton of damage, and just make sure that you are able to still one-shot the Flambage with Auspicious Aura, and then do Cranium Cook up, and then get enough charge in these cauldrons to unlock those bubbles, and make sure you have this talent as high as possible, Bubble Breakthrough, to make it so you have higher odds of unlocking new bubbles in Alchemy. So this will make it a lot easier to unlocking some of the bubbles here. And the best one you should try to aim for is Diamond Chef. This is probably the best one to try to do. Getting this to level 1 will help you very, very smallly with your meal cooking speed. But as you level this up, as you get Beachstock Spices, I'd recommend using bargain tags on this to upgrade this so you can get even more cooking speed, but this is huge for meal cooking speed to get higher level plates and stuff. Okay. Overall, not doing too bad with your vials. I'd keep unlocking them as you get them. You should be able to unlock some of these relatively easily. The lenses here, the cooking clogs, meal cooking speed here. This is insanely good. I'd recommend unlocking this if you can. New recipe cooking speed if you're struggling with speed on this. More starting worship, this will help you with worship. Lab EXP, it'll help you down the road with a little grind there. Kitchen upgrading costs, again, gives you more meal cooking speed incrementally. All stats is also really good. For more damage, weapon power with the Kraken. More pet team damage, this will help you with spice battles. You'll get some more talent points in tab 4. You should have this item unlocked. You'll get more Divinity EXP, more Sailing EXP as you unlock these. Obviously, you're not here yet, or you're not here, so Sugma is probably honestly the furthest you can go right now, but it would help you a lot just trying to incrementally unlock vials. Also, since you said you're kind of early game, you probably don't know this trick, but let me show you something. So if you hold down enter and then click, you'll see these items kind of deposit in my inventory. I'm doing a stack of 1 on purpose. So if you're on PC, this will be really easy. Just hold down shift, make sure this quick drop is on, shift key to turn off, and then just keep on clicking. What this does, it kind of bugs out the vial unlock system, where each individual drop would count as 1 attempt. So it'll kind of bypass and make it so you can have like 15 times the chance at unlocking a specific vial. So if you're dropping them one at a time and then waiting for it to go, you can do this instead, and you'll have a much higher chance of unlocking those vials. So this will help prevent kind of any issues you have in unlocking vials, and it'll help you like really push vial unlocking like days in advance. Okay, sigils, I would not worry about this. Don't worry about sigils at all until you unlock every single bubble here. Like, I'm including the ones from World 6, do not do that. I wouldn't focus on unlocking World 6 bubbles now. I'd recommend maybe going to maximum like power of try 1, try 2, and try 3 because they give you a ton of damage. This is where you should try to aim for at the end of World 5. And 3D prints are actually not terrible for someone World 6. My one big advice is I try to stick to printing whatever your characters are specialized in printing. So mages are printing logs. Warriors, your DKs are printing ores. Your Blood Berserker printing fish. Your Siegebreaker printing catching materials. Your Beastmaster printing monster materials because he doesn't really specialize in anything, and your Vman, or rather your Maestro right now, monster materials as well, just to help out your refinery. Okay, and we talked about breeding a little bit. You have this already upgraded a few times. Arena is going. I wouldn't worry about shiny pets because you don't even have that unlocked yet. Rift, I wouldn't worry about Rift yet. As you get to like the middle of World, the two characters for monster materials are Beastmaster because he doesn't specialize in anything. He does have the efficiency bonus from catching a little bit, but since you need Refinery and every other character is kind of specializing in skills, you'd rather use him for Refinery capping. So use him for monster materials. The reason you use Vman eventually when you unlock him, or Maestro right now, for monster materials is because of the Voidwalker speedrun talent. Inside of that, you can get really high monster respawn and multi-kill, which means your monster prints are insanely high on Vman, as opposed to any other character. It's really not possible to get this high level on any other of your characters, except Vman, once you unlock the Void Run talent. This one right here. Because this right here gives you a ton of multi-kill, this right here gives you a ton of multi-kill, this right here gives you a bunch of monster respawn rate, and there's no other character that can really hit the levels of monster respawn and multi-kill per tier that Vman can inside of a speedrun. So, makes printing monster materials really easy. Okay, yeah, like I said, Rift is not something you need to focus on right now. As you get to the middle of World 5, like say around OJ Bay, you can probably consider going into Rift and doing at least Trap Box or Infinite Stars. Eventually, skilling will become a whole lot easier once you get Rift level 16, because that's where you unlock Skill Mastery. This gives you a ton of skill efficiency because as your characters get level 300 in mining, chopping, fishing, catching, those cards will become passive, so anything that impacts skilling efficiency will be passive, and you have them equipped at all times. So you don't have to worry about equipping them or finagling your card set or anything. This will just passively increase your skilling efficiency and give you higher prints. Yeah, don't worry about Rift. The damage cap is really high. Some of the challenges are really hard for you to do right now. As you get into like middle of World 5 and you progress Alchemy a little bit more, get your stamp levels up, you'll have enough damage to go back, catch up in Rift, and unlock to like Infinite Stars or Skill Mastery. Skill Mastery is the big one you want to try to push for, but try to look at Rift a little bit later when you're in World 5. Or later into World 5. Divinity, like I said, your big grind, get to level 40 Divinity, try to unlock Goat God, and push Lab and Divinity at the same time, because it's the most efficient you can possibly do. On your pusher, you should get into Nobisect to get the total damage and the 2x kills. Alignment, generally, since you don't have Doot, it's going to be a mix of Arctis, Nobisect, and Goat God if you're in Lab. If you weren't here for Toto, I do want to mention this for you specifically. Elemental Sorcerer can link to 2 gods. One in the lab board, which you have here, so he's linked to Arctis, and you can also link your character to Harriet, which when you unlock it to get you 3 times prints. And then with the 2 times from lab, that gives you 6 times prints, so you can get really high prints on your Elemental Sorcerer. You don't have to link it to Harriet, but you can link it to any other gods, like Nobisect, for example, if you're pushing. But this lets you link to 2 gods. It's only other available to like Dude players, for example. So this is free linking, a bunch of progress you can get. Elemental Sorcerer for non-Dude players is insanely good, and it's exactly why you want 2 of them on your account, like at all times. Okay, and I really don't have advice for gaming, but yeah, the one thing with summoning, I would really recommend hard focusing, trying to unlock Fossary Tusk to Ancient if you can, because it gives you artifact find chance, which makes the other artifacts a lot easier to find. So I go back, try to do that. Early game, it's really about getting good captains and trying to unlock captains. Again, the guide sheet has a good progression for sailing. I'd recommend looking at this as well. It's the same one for pets as well. This has a immense breakdown for sailing, and this helped me finish sailing. So it's good for early game, end game. So I'd look at this. This is really good for you to look at and try to progress your account with. So there's that. Since you're in World 5, there's not really much else to talk about except maybe constellations. Some people tend to forget about this. You have some that are relatively easy, like Echoing Egress. Oh yeah. I take a look at this page in Idleon Efficiency and just look at the ones that you're missing, unlock them, and try to unlock some of the star signs that you're missing. As you progress, there are some really good ones, especially since he updated star signs, which is like Artifact Find Chance, Cooking Speed Multi, Lab EXP gain, Pet Damage for Breeding Skill, Divinity EXP, Sailing Speed, Breedability, Shiny Pet Level Upgrade, Fight AFK gain, Skill gain. There's a bunch of stuff that Constellations provide you that you may be able to reach. I don't know if you have the star signs necessarily to get there, but you would get a ton of bonuses here by just doing star signs here and there. You have a few that are relatively easy to unlock, and you can get some really good bonuses for. Like you have 90 on 6 players, I'm pretty sure. You can probably kill Sheepy barehanded. You can probably get trapping up on a lot of characters. You can probably sit there AFK. You can probably reach wave 11 on Frosty Firefight. You can AFK here on this character. You guarantee you've reached this star on characters. You are killing Bloodbones on characters right now, so you can probably just click on this and very easily get this. Actually, are you killing Bloodbones? No, that was someone else. You haven't gotten Bloodbone. Never mind. Forget what I said. But there are some constellations and star signs you can do relatively easily. Okay. Apart from that, I think I'm pretty good. I hope this helped you a lot. As always, if there's any other questions or general comments, feel free to mention it in the Discord. We'll be able to help you there. And again, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one on YouTube.